Yeah, we were excited to be able to present a document to the museum that has a signature of Abraham Lincoln and the signature of Edward Stanton, who was Secretary of War during the Civil War.
Where did we get this from?
Well, we had a donor that donated this document to us a number of years ago, and his only request was that the document be displayed for public view. He did not want us to sell it. And generally, the Salvation Army won't take in a collectible item unless we can turn it into money that we can use for programs. So this document has been languishing in my office for the last 3 years, and we decided it was time to look for a home. And the museum here in Pahrump just seemed like the perfect home.
And we also had a descendant of Abraham Lincoln here as well today.
That's right. Our territorial commander, Commissioner James Knaggs, is actually a fifth cousin of Abraham Lincoln. So it was a lot of fun to bring Commissioner Knaggs here to Pahrump from our territorial headquarters in Long Beach, California, and have him actually present this certificate, this document that was signed by his fifth cousin, Abraham Lincoln.
That's amazing. The Kings here had a little bit to do with letting you guys know about our Lincoln room here.
Well, from time to time in conversations, I would share with people that I had this document in my office, and I'm always wondering what to do with it. And I was chatting with Captain Mark King at one point recently, and he mentioned the museum here. And it was just a couple of days ago when I thought, you know what, it's sitting here, I've got to do something. So I Googled the museum, and it became obvious that this would be a terrific home. So we're just really excited to be able to present it today and to have it finally have a home where people can go and they can see Abraham Lincoln's signature. We are really excited to be able to present a document with Abraham Lincoln's signature to the museum here in Pahrump. And I'm really excited that our Salvation Army Commissioner James Knaggs, who is a fifth cousin of Abraham Lincoln, has the privilege of presenting this certificate to the Pahrump Museum.
Well, this we give to you and say congratulations. I think this is a treasure.
I agree, it is indeed. Thank you, Major Lloyd. Thank you, Commissioner Knaggs.
Something amazing for Pahrump, and definitely bring in some people to get to view this document, and that's what the original owner was hoping to have it go to a home where people could see it.
Absolutely. I think the original owner was at a point in his life where he didn't feel he could properly care for it. He wanted to give it to a charitable organization that would appreciate it and care for it. And we basically acted as intermediaries in this regard. So now it has a home, and I just feel so good about that.
The interesting thing about the original owner is that it's been in their family since it was originated.
Well, apparently the gentleman who donated it to the Salvation Army bought it about 10, 12 years ago. And the previous owner had had it in his family for several generations. So it was a family heirloom, and I don't know why the family would decide to dispose of the document. But I'm just appreciative that it's at home now. It's home. On behalf of the Salvation Army, we are really excited to be able to present a document with Abraham Lincoln's signature to the museum here in Pahrump. And I'm really excited that our Salvation Army Commissioner James Knaggs, who is a fifth cousin of Abraham Lincoln, has the privilege of presenting this certificate to the Pahrump Museum.
Well, this we give to you and say congratulations. I think this is a treasure.
I agree, it is indeed. Thank you, Major Lloyd. Thank you, Commissioner Knaggs. We're very proud to accept this for the museum. It's an important document. It's also a very important addition to our collection, and we're very proud of it. And I think that the visitors to the museum in the future will be very excited. And just a note to that is we generally have people say, is there anything in this collection that belonged to Abraham Lincoln? And I have to tell them, no, we don't have anything that valuable. And we also don't even have a signature. And now we do.
Nice.
Great.
Yes. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
So is this the first signed document by Abraham
Yes.
Lincoln you have in the museum?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
And my father, who assembled the collection, was very anxious to have his signature. And I used to, in Las Vegas, he used to go to, or go by, a place on Sahara before you got to Decatur. And there was a place that sold autographs and signatures. And I used to have to talk him out of going in there because I didn't want him to go. My father was very close with his money. And I know if he went in there and asked how much it was and they told him, he'd fall down on the ground. And so I always discouraged him, so he never acquired
Well, this
land.
document has been appraised in 2008 at $15,500.
Wow.
So it's a significant.
Is everyone impressed?
Value.
Yeah.
And because it is,
Locking the door at night.
well, because the document is, yeah. You know, because the document is an asset of the Salvation Army, a donation to the Salvation Army. You know, we are giving it to you on loan.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll need to be very careful about the terms.
Yes.
But we're just pleased that it will be displayed rather than hidden in my office.
Right, that's why we're so proud to have it, because now we can share it with the people in Pahrump. And I will tell you that almost 40% of the people that visit our museum are from other places, and even from the Orient and from Europe and England. And we have people from Canada and Mexico and so on. From every state of the United States, including Alaskans. So Alaskans that come down here very often, they make a wrong turn someplace up there and end up in Pahrump.
The wrong turn in Alaska.
But I
will bring
think
you to
that
Pahrump.
this is important also. I've discussed it with the gentleman here from the Salvation Army. This is assigned to us, to a private in the Volunteer Corps from Ohio. And I believe, because it's a printed document and it's large in size, that it would be considered unusual to have been made to a private. This kind of document should be made to a higher rank in the services, possibly as high as a general. This is the kind of thing that might be made to him. But it would be interesting, and I'll take the time to do it. I'll try and research this man and see perhaps why he was made this award, because it's unusual.
And I think it's also significant that down here in the middle at the bottom, it's signed by the Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton.
Right. Yeah, this has a Lincoln and a Stanton. So this person must have been very, very important for some reason. Maybe he did a very brave deed or a valorous deed that called for this award, because for this kind of award to a private, I can guarantee you this is unusual. So that adds to the interest in the document, and people hopefully when they look at it, they see that that's what it is to a private. They'll see, my gosh, he must have been some kind of a private. He probably rose all the way to a lieutenant later on.
You never know. Well, great.